I'll go first. So Service Orchestration and Automation Platform, SaaS is a true SOAP. That's a big deal. And if you don't know what SOAP means, it's Service Orchestration and Automation Platform. Why is it a big deal? Gartner predicts 80% of the companies using workload automation will leverage SOAPs to streamline operations, drive cost optimization. And if you don't know what they are, you should go to our site at robertmarktech.com, or you can probably find it on Broadcom's site as well, maybe even on the Gartner website too. They talk a lot about the 7 functions of workload automation SOAPs. Next one I'll go, prevent vendor lock-in. So picture this, you're cruising down the cloud highway and you don't want to get stuck in a one lane with a single vendor. That's where Automic Automation steps in acting like your SOAP or your cloud GPS. It abstracts the tech so that you can switch between cloud providers without rebuilding everything from scratch. There's no vendor lock-in. It's flexible. So if you ever want to change lanes, you can do it without hitting any bumps. You probably don't even need to use your blinker. I'm also going to go with fewer jobs. One fantastic thing about Automic and Automic SaaS is its ability to use object-oriented and variabilization within the product. And so what it does is it tidies up your jobs like a pro, meaning what I used to have 100 over here, in Automic I may only have 20. I might even only have 10, 5, right? So this gives me joy, no extra jobs, bye-bye. So where other systems could be juggling 150,000 jobs, Automic can cut down to 20,000 or even less. It's clever use of object variables and object-oriented programming inside of it. So that's an 80% reduction in clutter potentially. Obviously, every environment's different, so that 80% might be better, maybe worse, but it's going to be an optimization. That I can guarantee. Also, meaning SLAs. SLAs are a critical component of any cloud contract. When they sit across cloud providers, the challenge becomes who manages SLAs. If processing is segmented in distinct cloud vendor automation platforms, those islands of automation I talked about earlier, there is no central visibility, no critical path across the processes. What does that mean? It's going to jeopardize your ability to maintain and improve your SLAs. In fact, you might even fail them, right? Automic provides end-to-end monitoring across on-premise automated processes and tasks within cloud-native tools, so you can maintain and improve your SLAs, not just miss them. Another one I'll go with is licensing. You'll like this one. Automic is licensed by successful executions. That means if things go well, you pay for the automation. And if they don't, you don't pay for it. So the idea around it is, because it's execution based, you can have as many agents as you would like, deployed as far and wide as you choose to desire. So in the old ways, I wouldn't buy an agent because I only had 50 processes to automate and it wasn't worth the cost to get an agent procured for it. Now I can do it. I can do it all over the place. And to add to all this glory, I talked about this earlier, we have well over 300 integrations that you can pick from to do it. So the idea of automation becomes ever more important and ever more real across your entire platform. The next one, always current security, and in particular, high impact events around vulnerabilities in commonly used software libraries is top of mind and always is, especially when we talk about SaaS versions. Now more than ever, customers are vigilant and they're trying to avoid getting hit by the next 0-day vulnerability. So keeping software up to date and applying the latest security patches as soon as you can possibly do it, and running proactive vulnerability scans have become common but very intense activities. The great thing is with Automic SaaS, they take the responsibility of ensuring that that service and underlying software platform is always secure and always current. Last one. Maintain security, governance, and compliance. So compliance audits are simplified because Automic centralized the audit trail and tracks every action within your cloud environment. Who did what, where, when, and how. The crazy part about that is we've simplified, or they've simplified the audits, but audits are not simple anymore. And so they ask a lot more pointed questions. They dig deeper. They're tough nut to crack. And so the idea around the easy audit trail within Automic allows you to pass with flying colors. And we talk a lot about, when we work with organizations, how to automate that. So I don't have to go digging in the trenches and trying to get all this manual effort. Let's automate it so that we can just send it to them and get our flying checks right along the way and pass every audit without a lot of action, a lot of effort. So in my opinion, granular role-based access control is an excellent start for compliance strategy. However, the information concerning governance and compliance for every execution must be centralized. That means gaining visibility into each execution, including who was involved, when it happened, what was the outcome, and so forth and so on. So Automic does that as well. It centralizes all this information automatically. The automation can request execution and therefore function as a central point of audit. It will also recover and record job outputs and human interactions and the job as a part of its standard processing.